Hello, welcome back to the Garcia Center. I am Eugene Solis, and we are working our Christmas theme, and we're doing self-portraits with our ugly sweater. I kind of did my self-portrait as it would be when I was a kid. So you see, ugly sweaters are usually just mean like Christmas sweaters that have like a lot of bells, ribbons. They're really crazy to look at. And so you can do your own self-portrait. I do have a sweater template you can use. But again, I encourage you to draw it yourself. You don't have to have this template. You can just draw yourself wearing the sweater. It's only something if you think you really need it. So again, I encourage you to do your own. But if you need help with it, just go ahead and use it. And when you do this portrait, try to draw it big, like how I did the whole page. Pretty much just like from like my waist up. So you could do that. If you decide to do a small portrait of yourself, maybe fill the background out with maybe Christmas trees, your family, Christmas decorations, something to fill it up so you won't see too much of the white paper. For this sample, I'm going to use what I did before. I'm going to do pretty much the whole page as a self-portrait. And again, it'll probably be a self-portrait as a kid. Maybe as an adult, we'll see. If you see me with glasses on this one, it's because I'm an adult. I didn't start wearing glasses until I was a teenager. So now I have my sweater template. Again, you can use your pencil, and you can use markers, crayons, colored pencils, wherever you have lying around the house. And cut this a little bit more even. And then again, you can just trace it. And when it comes to the portrait, just try your best. Know how you usually draw your portraits. Let's see, for my portrait I just kept it simple, like a little line for my nose. I actually kept just lines for my eyes and made a circle in the middle between them. I'll show you how I did my eyes in a moment. But see, now I have my shape of my sweater. And then to draw myself with pants. And of course there's no hands here, so I'm going to draw myself wearing like mittens, and all I did was make like a circular shape. And I put another circle to show like my thumb. I'm just keeping it real simple. And the thumb, of course, goes in the inner part of your body because that's where our thumbs are. So if you put it here by accident, that's fine, but you can put your thumbs right here. So that's why you see these circles, the inner part representing my thumb, like if I was wearing mittens. So it'll pretty much be a cold day, which you might get some this year. And then for my face, I put just like 2 lines for my neck. And I kept my face pretty simple. Maybe I'll do an adult version this time. So I made my face a little bit more longer, because usually when you're a child, your face is a little smaller, and you grow up, your face usually gets larger and more, and it kind of goes more this way. And see, so I made my adult face. And then when you design your sweater, think about like maybe you want a cat sweater, do you want a superhero sweater, do you want a crazy sweater with like light bulbs or Christmas lights all over it? This one I had like little like cotton balls with the cat with a Santa Claus hat. This one maybe I'll do maybe just a giant candy cane. And when you see sweaters, a lot of times they have like patterns. And you keep it simple, complex when you want it. And patterns, just think of like X's, think of Christmas shapes. Like I did a candy cane. You can do reindeer. Again, you can make it simple or complex as you want. If you think you just draw your best, drawing your reindeer, or maybe a Santa Claus. And a lot of times sweaters, if it's sweater's on this side, it's on the other side, so it's symmetrical. So think of symmetry when you draw your sweater. My candy cane's in the middle. Maybe I'll add little cotton balls, or probably add, maybe I'll add some, because there's actually some sweaters that have like lights in them. So I'll probably add little like Christmas lights around my candy cane that may flash when they're on. So ugly sweater just means something that just has a lot of stuff on it. It's just called ugly, even though it's just more fun. It's just more of a fun sweater. And then for my face, I'll do my mouth, my nose, and I wear glasses. Again, just try your best, draw your face. Maybe in the future we'll do a project where we go over the proportions of the face, so if you ever have trouble drawing faces, you can learn from that project. But for now, just have fun and try your best to do your own face. A lot of times I wear caps, so I just draw myself a little cap. Or, you know, I'm gonna draw a Santa hat, because I'm gonna make it more like Christmas. And again, just try your best. My ears. My eyes. My nose. Again, you can keep it simple as far as just like maybe little curved lines, like a U. Some people want to use a U, and maybe a little line on top to make this part, so you have this part of your nose where your nostrils are, and this part right here of your nose to show that part. And let's see, my ears, just keeping it pretty simple. Sometimes I have a little bit of a beard, little facial hair. So it's like the adult version, I mean grown-up version of me. So my kid's version, my adult version. And then pretty much all I did was outline it to give it that kind of like cartoon look. A lot of times cartoons, they outline it to like, so like the colors really pop out. And for the skin tone, you can leave it white, you can add brown. And if you do have colors, if you want to maybe make yourself a little brown, just a light, if you use crayons or color pencils, just lightly use that brown. And if you want to go darker, you can go darker. But always start light with crayon or color pencil, because you can always get darker, but you can't go back to making it lighter. Pants. Again, with your sweater, you can add a lot more stuff in there. Other light bulbs. My ear. Maybe I won't do my beard, I'll do my nose. I look kind of funny here. Let's see. My eyes. For my lip. So I make myself smile, but I see if I can make a smirk. I feel like I'm smirking, like I'm in this picture. My Santa hat. Man, wearing my sweater in an ironic kind of way, which a lot of people do. My arm's a little small because this is a kid's sweater, but it's fine. It's kind of funny because the arm's a little small, but it's okay. I should have adjusted it for being an adult for now. And again, for the skin tone, say for example, you have like a brown, you can just lightly do it. Color your face. Don't press it too hard, unless you want to. So if you find that, so for example, I'm doing like a little bit of light brown, my skin tone. And if you want, you can add maybe a little darker, especially maybe around the neck could be a little bit darker, because it's like mostly could be like the shadow part where a head's sitting on. And maybe around the edges of the face, you can go a little bit darker. So a little darker here. Just a little darker to make maybe, oh, that's where your cheeks are. Oh, that's where your forehead is. So a little darker too around the hat. I'm just doing that. You don't have to. It's just to know, like, you know, there's a little shadow there. It's where the hat's sitting on my head. It just shows that the Santa hat is actually on my head. And again, you don't have to do this. And again, when you use a color for your skin tone, if you're using brown or peach, start off light and then get darker if you feel you need to make it darker by just doing another layer on top of layers. So I like my skin tone. It's just, which is darker, a little lighter right there, and then just continue coloring your picture. And when you're done, you'll have your little self-portrait wearing your ugly Christmas sweater. And that's all for today, and I'll see you guys next time.